The Pittsburgh Steelers have done it again. They have thrust themselves into the spotlight of the NFL world by making a blockbuster trade. You know, they started this whole thing out by trading for DK Metcalf, and you're like, whoa, DK Metcalf and George Pickens, that's a pretty good duo. Then, of course, they trade George Pickens away, and it's like, oh, this wide receiver room's basically back to square one. You know, and then the whole talks of Aaron Rodgers joining the team all offseason. I think most of us thought, okay, there's probably a 65-70% chance that he does sign. Then he does, and now it's like, okay. I mean, Rodgers with the Jets, I know everyone wants to point towards the yards and touchdowns. It's cool, but you actually watch him, he's definitely not the same guy, right? Good enough if the team around him's like Peyton Manning, Broncos level, but I don't know if that's what you got here. But nonetheless, talking about that final off-season kind of move, this team's playing like a Madden franchise rebuilder. They traded, of course, Minkah Fitzpatrick and a 5th-round pick to gain Jonnu Smith, Jalen Ramsey, and a 7th-round pick. Of course, both of those draft pick trades are 2027 picks, so you're going to see those a little bit later on. I don't know how to think about this because Minkah Fitzpatrick's obviously a very good player, and Jalen Ramsey is definitely right at the end of his career and hasn't really looked like the same guy, even though here in this rebuild it looks like an amazing trade. You're looking at a 96 overall cornerback. But Jonnu Smith, kind of the sneaky player of that trade. Really, the Dolphins losing a great player there as well. But, I mean, I can't really even say it's a bad trade for the Steelers because, you know, as much as like, oh, Darius Slay and Joey Porter, Darius Slay is not the same guy. A lot of injury concerns there. We're going to play him at the number 2, but I mean, it's arguably he's the number 3 corner on this team. But yeah, I would definitely love to hear from any Dolphins or Steelers fans or both in the comment section below what you guys think of the trade, or just in general. You don't even have to be a fan. What do you guys think of the trade? But of course, this is what the roster looks like. Aaron Rodgers at QB1. I was going to make an argument to upgrade his overall, but you look at like guys like Kyler Murray in the game. They're only 79 overall. I'm like, okay, I guess Rodgers is at least 80 or lower, not higher. So I'm just going to leave him as is. Obviously 41 now in real life. He's about to be 42. The dude's old. Like, he was old for the Packers, and he's been on 2 different teams now for 3 years now. It's about to be. Of course, Caleb Johnson, the newly acquired rookie running back. You kind of get yourself your Najee at home, if you will. I'll make sure to check all the numbers. I was kind of just thrust into this one as soon as I seen the news, and, I started it up. Of course, DK Metcalf, in Madden, one of the greatest Madden players of all time. I know it's crazy to think, but like in our online league, he has put up 2,000 yards a season by week 11. I don't even know how many years in a row, pretty much. And our league, we're kind of a little strict. It's just like he's so easy to get open with because he's just all that speed. And I don't know if it's just his frame or something, but he just gets open all the time. And obviously, it's weird because, like I said, it's like a step forward, step back situation because you lose Pickens, right? If they would have kept Pickens, which I don't know how you afford all these names, this would be a team where you never know. You never know. I mean, you still never know, but you never know because all the other wide receivers are big question marks. Roman Wilson, obviously. Calvin Austin showed a little bit near the end of the season, but overall, another question mark. Of course, Jaylen Warren is a good running back, but I got to start Caleb. I think he's just got a better chance to develop. Offensive line, Rodgers goes from a bad offensive line to not a much better offensive line. You're hoping maybe Fautanu, who didn't really play last year, is the real deal. And, if he's the real deal, Frazier seems to be the real deal, and Suamalu is decent. It's not a bad offensive line. Freiermuth, he hasn't been the same as he once was, but he seems like he's kind of turning around and getting back to the, his proper form. And then, of course, we have Jonnu Smith, who's a different type of tight end who just burns down the field. Of course, looking at the defense, one of the deepest edge rooms in the league, maybe the deepest. I just got to stay healthy. TJ Watt and Highsmith are a great duo. Middle linebackers, Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson, are solid. Safeties, obviously, Minkah Fitzpatrick's going to take a massive hit. Definitely nowhere near what they once were, but in theory, cornerback room is very, very good. So we're at least in this rebuild going to be enjoying this one. IDL, obviously, Cameron Hayward has just been doing it at a high level for a long time. There's been some injuries here and there, but when he's out there, he's obviously a massive difference maker. Derek Harmon, a little bit of a lower overall, but he is left end. I think if he was DT, he'd be like 73, 74, which I think is somewhat fair, somewhat fine. But he actually does look pretty good. The ratings aren't terrible. And then on the other side, Benton, who I'm a little surprised is star dev. Usually, EA is kind of like, well, he didn't have a crazy year. It's time to go to normal, which he already was normal. So they must have seen something, right? But, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers team we're going to be doing a rebuild on, which I did a rebuild short on, which, was actually like, hey, that fits because Rodgers doesn't last long. But Well, now it's a full length because of the blockbuster trade. So if you guys end up enjoying this one, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. Should be Oblivion at some point. I don't really know. Regardless, let's get into this one where I don't know what's going to happen because I don't think Rodgers is going to win us a Super Bowl, but you never know. Also, does it really matter to get this free upgrade point for Rodgers in training camp? Probably not. Am I going to do it? Yeah, I will. All right, re-signings, Jalen Warren. Pretty much every time I've re-signed him or played the Steelers for a rebuild, I've re-signed him. He's not super expensive. He didn't sign us there, re-sign with us there, but I'll offer a little bit more. Of course, in re-interest, signing re-interest is not great, but it is what it is. Rodgers wants a contract. I mean, maybe we'll give it to him, but he's obviously got to actually be here, so we'll wait it out. 43 mil. We have some money to work with. We'll be fine. The team is an okay season, but I don't know. I was to say, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, and they do. 10-7. I was about to say, because, there's a bunch of 9-7 teams here, and almost all of them won, but we had some sort of tiebreaker over them at 10-7. We barely sneak into the playoffs, and we were able to keep this scheme on to do so. I imagine we would have done even more with an actual proper scheme. This scheme is horrible. Caleb Johnson had a great year, though. Could win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Some decent numbers for Roman Wilson, of course. That'd be a huge year for him in real life. Metcalf, you'd expect more, but you don't hate it, I suppose. Offensive line, Jones was bad, but Fautanu was amazing. Looking at the defense, this is a disappointment. 17 sacks for the league's best 3-4 edge duo. That's kind of crazy. Jalen Ramsey, though, 4 interceptions. We'll take that for sure. Boswell, 22-25. I'm curious to see what Minka was able to get up to with the Dolphins. I don't know if we're going to follow this all the way through, but we'll look at him for now, I suppose. But Phillips outperformed TJ Watt. What can I tell you? Minka, 3 picks. Somewhat similar. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP, obviously not. Best awards are rookie awards. Offensive rookie, really? 15 touchdowns was 5th. That's insane. 5th. Wow. That's actually kind of wild. Who was number 2 for linebacker? DB. Am I missing something? Why are we so far down on all of these awards? 5 picks is 10th for DB. I am just shocked. I don't know what to tell you, but we will take on this Chiefs team. I don't know what to do with this. We're only 2 overalls lower, but man, with this playbook, I don't see how in the world we'll win. All right, end of the game. This would be an insane upset if we won this game and at least finally get to see that Rodgers-Mahomes matchup. Not that it really matters. I don't know. Are they projected to play each other next season? Once again, it really doesn't matter. You're talking about a guy in his prime versus a guy that was out of his prime almost 5 years ago now. But this team is competing. 19-22. And I don't know what happened, but this Chiefs have the ball. It's a 6-point game. That doesn't really change much. Touchdown gives you the lead. 4th and 5. They convert. They're struggling, but they get the touchdown. And then they're going to win by 1. What is this? 26-25 over the Chiefs. Of course, we'll beat the Chiefs, who are almost the hardest team in the entire game to beat. Wow, this defense really gave Mahomes a hard time. But we'll lose to some random team. And I don't know why those flags blowing. I thought there were rats on the freaking screen. Of course, both wide receivers almost the exact same performance. David Bakhtiari on the other team, ironically enough. Sacks. A bunch of sacks there. A couple of interceptions. 50-50 kicking. This is a very even game. It's just the difference is Rodgers outplayed Mahomes, which in Sim, especially with these schemes, is not common. And I know it doesn't really prove anything because, this is an offline, but, we played once. I really don't know what that really proves. We'd have to do the whole, showing you we didn't save in a long time thing, but, now we have the Ravens, which, arguably harder. They have a higher overall, so it might mean nothing. It literally might mean nothing. If we beat this team and we lose in the championship or something, I'm going to be pissed. Because we know the Bills aren't in it. They missed at 10-7. We were the lucky 10-7 team. There was 2 of them that didn't make it. All right, going to the end of the game. What do we got? Ravens getting 3. We get 3 back. We get a stop. This defense is doing some things. Please, give me that EA luck that the AI always gets where they shouldn't be winning games, but they do. We had a chance at a field goal before half, didn't get it. Another field goal. Oh, this could be it. The defense is doing so much, and the offense just can do nothing, dude. Here it is. 46-yarder to Roman Wilson. Now the Ravens are going to come up, aren't they? Oh, my God. Literally 12 seconds left. They get a 40-yard touchdown. I mean, I got to come into the game. There's no way the AI is going to be able to pull this off. In real life, you probably let Patterson return this, but honestly, especially since it's in the landing zone far out, we obviously will be letting it go. I mean, we have time. It's just, I mean, we have timeouts, I should say. We just don't have much time. And that's just almost picked, almost caught, though. Kind of forced it in there. Just didn't really have many options, and you got to make every single attempt count. The 40-yard line. They're saying Hail Mary, which, hey, you know, there's a certain guy in this roster that's has had some success with those things. The problem is I need Metcalf to literally, like, catch this at the end of that route, which I don't even know if they're going to give him a chance at it, which they won't. I mean, that's not a bad throw. It's going to be 70-yard Hail Mary or the game is over situation. Jair Alexander, ironically enough, the guy on the play in coverage. I mean, he gets it up there. Could you imagine someone... I mean, that is... I'm not even joking you. Probably the furthest I've seen a Hail Mary go in a franchise game, and it's ironically enough Rodgers. That would have been so insane. That would have been the greatest YouTube short of all time. Oh, man. Of course, on all Madden and these sliders, it was basically impossible, but it was a chance. I mean, it was a few yards short. Someone had to, you know, catch it and then fall in, but well, he would have had Freiermuth on a better route on that first try. I mean, that thing knocks down about the 2 or 3 yard line. What an attempt. It's just the offense was garbage throughout. You know, Rodgers didn't throw a pick, but maybe some of the reason why they haven't gone further in years he's been on teams is just maybe playing it a little too safe. I know in the playoffs it really is hard to make that narrative. You know, maybe in the regular season a little bit, but in the playoffs, Rodgers really does just, he'll throw it, dude. He doesn't care. I mean, the Packers versus Seahawks championship round, that was an example of, like, he should be taking less risks. You know, he was just throwing one-on-ones against some really good players all day long. And, of course, McCarthy played it safe with running the ball all damn game. But as far as Rodgers himself goes, yeah, he was not playing conservatively throughout most of his playoff career. And ironically enough, it's the Packers in the Super Bowl of all the teams. Could you imagine when Steelers-Packers Super Bowl rematch, 43-37, the Packers win a Super Bowl here. But imagine it's a rematch and the Steelers win with Rodgers. That would be crazy. Rodgers still here, by the way. Caleb Johnson doesn't go up in Dev, by the way. Either does Roman Wilson. Defensively, we see Highsmith go to X Factor. Porter goes to Superstar. That's actually a massive one because arguably Jalen Ramsey could stay. I didn't even show the Dev, but arguably Jalen Ramsey could sit here for a while, right? Like he could be on this team for probably the rest of this rebuild, even at 30, 31, even if it was real life. Don't know what number. Wow, they just gave him 39. That is diabolical. Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure that these numbers are correct. Caleb Johnson, though, of course, he deserves it. All those touchdowns and over 1,000 yards rushing. He's an 84 overall already. Pretty insane. We got an offseason workout. Rodgers, like, that's going to happen. I didn't even realize, but freaking Cameron Hayward's sticking around, too. He's stuck around. He's 36. Slay was a one-year deal, though, right? And obviously we have to re-sign Rodgers here now. He better not be asking for anywhere near 27, 30 per mil. He just did not have that type of year. He is asking for a 1 year 16. Okay, he's getting a little bit more bold with it. I'll respect it. 49 mil now. Didn't see what Slay's contract was like, but we could afford him, so whatever he took in real life, it has extended a year, I guess, because, it's not a perfect situation. Ramsey's making nothing, apparently, because the Dolphins took that hit, which, to be fair, is almost sort of true anyways. But Slay, yeah, if we want him again, which, I mean, I guess, I'll put him at the 3 spot this time. I'll just, I guess he's already kind of has that contract, right? Let's just do a 1 year. Or we have $50 million. Can we do anything to make this team immediately better? Shaq Mason sort of does that. You're talking about Rodgers needing, maybe the Brady treatment with the Buccaneers, which still even really hasn't gotten. I know you can make some arguments about getting Devontae and Lazard to the Jets, but even then, the additions that the Jets brought were nowhere near the Buccaneers. Like Leonard Fournette, obviously Gronk, AB, Who else did they have? Wirfs, Winfield, I believe, or was it Winfield? Was Winfield that year, or was it the year before? I think it was that year, right? I mean, they added a lot more than any of the teams that Rodgers has recently joined have added. But yeah, I mean, I guess Shaq Mason's the only guy here that really makes any sense. Boom, perfect fit, I suppose. We needed a right guard. We got a right guard. We're making some moves in the offseason. I don't really care. Realism, whatever you want to call it. We are going to be running Packers offensive scheme, I guess, because they're a decent scheme, and obviously Rodgers played for the Packers for a long time, so I can make that correlation, that argument, which really plays no factor at all. All right, we are in the draft, and we have a bunch of different things. Do we want to go O-line? I think O-line after Shaq Mason has joined isn't really a problem anymore, other than left tackle, which I don't think you're drafting this guy to be your left tackle. Maybe if he slimmed down a little bit, 3.32, 6'5". 6'5 is obviously great, but 3.32 is a little high. Then you have a wide receiver, Dion Fry, who, yes, I know he's a 2 to 3 talent grade, but pretty damn fast. He's 6'5". 2 to 3 could still be like 72 overall, but if he's not hidden, that would be a massive L. And then we have a bunch of different other positions like safety we need, but I'm thinking we could probably get that in the second round. So with that, it's probably, I think wide receiver, right? Sadly, Murphy's worse than I was expecting. Then Preston looks all right, but don't know enough about him, and he's not really a wide receiver 2 type. Roman Wilson was good, but he could be great in the slot. So we're taking the chance. We're hoping for 72 plus star dev. If he's normal, this would be a real sucky pick. 75 true. Oh, we got to start him. We got to start him. Hope for rookie of the year, but that does suck. That sucks. Let's go down to the safeties. We need a safety. Damn, dude. We needed a wide receiver regardless, but still, that does suck. Could have went Matthews. Hopefully, Saints Matthews is normal. I can live with a normal dev wide receiver. I can't live with a normal dev safety, especially in the first round. All right, so we got 3 safeties. Jenkins, Melton, and Knox. Melton and Knox are the fastest of the two. Knox looks the best, but he is 5'9", so it's a little concerning. But 5'9", I've seen some X factors. Let's hope for the best. Top 10, A+ draft pick, hidden dev. I'm telling you, dude, the short guys at safety, they are the move for sure. As far as what we want to do next, technically we don't really need anything right now. DT down the line, Hayward could be gone as soon as next season. Oh, all the DTs. I thought I had 1 3 to 4. I guess I didn't. We do have a day 3, 2 to 3, so I'm just going to go to the next pick. I'm going to skip right down. Also, who is Meredith? Am I missing something? Is this not like a franchise quarterback down the line? I'm taking Braden Meredith. 101 true, normal dev. I could work with it, though. If Rodgers retires and the draft class is garbage, I at least have what seems to be, about a 70, 71 overall, maybe even 72 overall quarterback sitting there. And also, we could actually make a trade for 2 linemen here. We can grab Durant here, who I don't know how he fell, but he did. 646 true, hidden dev. And then start a next round. We should have some extra picks again. We can just trade up for the other linemen. So we'll be able to bolster up that O-line a little bit while still being able to grab that QB. I gave the Saints pretty much every 7th round pick ever. We gave them a 4th, 5th, 2 7s, a 5th next year with Mason Rudolph for both of their 4th round picks here, which I'm going to be using on some linemen, I imagine. Titans could get a little funky here, which I'm not a huge fan of. Oh, the other lineman's gone. Well, either way, we'll just go for one of the linebackers then. Clifton Quigley. What a name, by the way. Could be our left tackle. 6'4", 313. I like it. Strength's great. Speed's good enough. Hidden dev. I think he might actually be our left tackle. Jones was really bad. I don't really care who's playing left tackle after Jones' terrible year. Both these guys are pretty fast. I'm just going to go with whoever's the better-looking coverage ratings and whatnot, which even that we don't know. Hit power is higher for Wilcox. I guess I'm going to look at the speed and then take one. And Wilcox was definitely the better of the two in speed, at least. 114 true. Hidden dev. There you go. Don't know how much value he's going to provide, but, we'll take the depth. 7th rounder, punter. I was looking at punter because we needed one pretty badly because Johnston is just not the guy going forward, I don't think. Cody Welch, the only guy with great kick power. 95 kick power, normal dev. All right, let's take a look at this draft recap. We have a 73, which is better than I would have thought. Safety's great, though, at 77. QB's a 71 overall. Let's take a look. Braden Meredith, late 3rd. That's a really good quarterback, right? Like, Howard just cooked. He was cooked automatically in Madden, but he's super cooked. Now, Durant, we thought maybe this guy could be our left tackle. Somebody's being the left tackle, all right? Because I'm not doing Roderick Jones again. We're just not doing it. Quigley, Another guy with, a tackle-ish frame. Of course, he does have the finesse to go with it, so we are going to do that move. This will be our new left tackle. What's the dev? Superstar, please? Nope. Still looks good enough to me. Drops down to a 72, which isn't great, but they were starting Jones, who was even lower, pretty much. But let's take a look at Fry, and then we'll look at the safety because we're going to be moving to free safety anyways. Number 3 and number 4 for 2 tall wide receivers. I mean, he looks like he's got potential. I don't love the catching traits, but it doesn't really matter too much. We're not actually using the team, and even if we were, pretty sure that only affects the AI, which we're not an AI. Great zone, or am I? Hit power, 83. Pretty good, actually. Free safety, dev, star. Not bad. Rodgers worked on throw power and breaking sacks during the offseason. What did he actually get? Did he get like a plus to throw power? 1 to throw power. Okay, that's not bad, actually. Not that it really matters for him. He's still in the 90s regardless, but okay. I would have loved the accuracy ones, but what is his personality anyways? It's going to be entertainer. It's got to be, right? Unpredictable. That's fair enough. 94 throw power. What do they give him? Just a +1, so you already had pretty damn high throw power, huh? All right, here's the roster for year number 2. We're going to be rocking that Packers scheme, so things could go really well, or because of the quarterback wide receiver 2 situation, they can go pretty poorly. O-line with Shaq Mason, I got to say, it looks better than I would have thought it would have. Also, we have Durant that will be a starter probably next season for Shaq, so, I mean, other than like maybe replacing Suamalo, the line's in a pretty good spot too, and really the big concern is who can we afford? Because yes, we're not paying QB that much. We're still paying a lot of other guys. I guess we're losing Hayward soon. Of course, Highsmith going to X Factor was pretty massive because he's not the youngest guy in the world anymore. So, going to X Factor gives him a little bit better chance to get a couple upgrades and not regress as hard. The team is actually looking pretty damn good. This has got the most playmakers I've seen for a team that's not that great overall-wise, right? Like you have Metcalf, Caleb Johnson's already almost there. You have Ramsey, you have Highsmith, you have Watt, you have Hayward. You argue Slay or Porter. If you combine them both, you have a superstar. They're both physically superstar, to be fair. But yeah, this team's good. This team with the right scheme, which Packers is pretty good, might be a Super Bowl winner. You never know. Let's see. Oh, a lot of money means a lot of people to re-sign. TJ, like I said, there's some of these guys probably have their contracts in real life, but it doesn't really change much. Right? You can just re-sign them here if you need to. Yeah, I mean, this is walk in the park. This is really not a challenge at all. TJ Watt, you do a 4-year because you're going to keep him until he retires. And then Elliott, actually not a bad overall. I wouldn't want to do more than 2, but I think he'll take it. He does. Beautiful. I got to say, as far as like the re-signings, the contract stuff goes, this team could not have been easier so far. It really could not have. Shaq will probably even keep, to be honest, but we'll see what happens with all these guys when it gets to the end of the season. There's going to be some guys regressing, maybe even straight up retiring. We'll find out who's worth it. If we win this game, we're in the playoffs. If we lose this game, we might miss them. We do win. We go 10-7 again as the 7th seed again. And I'll show you, I'm not, that's the wrong thing. I'm not, forcing any wins or anything. We're 10-7, coasting. Really clutch wins there. We won 4 of the last 5, and a single loss, I think, would have missed the playoffs. What is that division in the conference actually looking like? 8th seed is 9-8, so could have been enough to miss last year for sure. Would have been. Looking at the numbers though, Packers scheme offensively. Aaron Rodgers 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, 14 picks, massive improvement. Caleb Johnson average yards per carry way bigger, way better. Touchdowns a little lower, but that's fine. Fry rookie of the year, obviously. Metcalf, good season considering he's not the focus at this point. Wilson 700 yards, 2 touchdowns, not bad for a number 3, and then Freiermuth. It's a Packers scheme. What do you want? Quigley was garbage, by the way. Was one of those linemen good? Nope, all the linemen gave up a bunch of sacks. TJ Watt was way better, but Highsmith, not great. Hayward, amazing. Harmon, actually pretty good. Picks, not much going on. Kicking, great. Punting, really good for a rookie, too. But yeah, we were really down there. Bottom 10 defense or offense, now we're top 10. So, could it be? Could it be with the right scheme? Josh Allen, MVP. Fry wins offensive rookie or player of the year, let alone rookie of the year. That's crazy. TJ Watt barely misses defensive player of the year. Offensive rookie of the year goes obviously to Fry. Best QB, no. Running back, no. Wide receiver, yes. I mean, cleaning up shop with a rookie. Best linebacker for Mr. TJ Watt. So a really good year if you're a rookie wide receiver on this team, I'll tell you. But got the Ravens. Can we beat them? I mean, this is another tough one, dude. AFC rebuilds, they're tough. They are not easy to complete. Unless you happen to be one of the teams like the Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, but we are not one of those, obviously. The Ravens start out with 7. They get a stop, almost scored a 7 again. Our offense looks like they're just getting dogged on. Although I say that, and we have a 3-point lead at half. Second half, we are up by 10. This defense, I know I'm going to jinx it, but this defense is impressive. This defense is impressive. That's the one thing that makes me think, like, you never know, dude. I know, everyone's just always, some sort of false hope with Rodgers around. But the Jets are the Jets, dude. I just don't trust them. I just don't trust their franchise at all. The Steelers, though, they always seem to linger. And Rodgers still has, a defensive ego argument of, well, the offensive line is garbage, and, we don't have that many weapons. But, they have a defense where the Jets, on paper, have a defense, but they don't always put it together. Whereas the Steelers always at least seem to be in the top half of the league. So we'll see what happens there. But the Texans, 88 overall. Not the hardest team to beat, but it doesn't really matter. They're a good team. Not the hardest does not equate to not good, right? They are still good. They're just, they're not the Chiefs or the Bills in sim. But who knows? Like I said, we just beat the Ravens, and we might lose to them. We get 3 points, but that's nothing, right? The Texans get a touchdown like it's nothing. Right back, 7-point lead. Huge touchdown for them. They almost put up more points. Huge defensive play there. It's 17 all right now. I mean, this just does not look like a game we're going to win. Our offense just does not look like they're going to do what it takes to win this game. The defense is doing everything it can. Offense is just struggling. They get the touchdown to tie. 4 minutes left. Defense doing what the defense does. This is a long drive. Can they clutch up? I mean, the clock is running here. I mean, if you're going to try to make this happen before overtime, I mean, we got to come in and do it. It's just simply put, Fry down the middle of the field as the 6'5" guy. Perfect throw. Dropped. I can't believe DK Metcalf dropped that. All right, we're going to punt it. Texans have a chance before overtime. And that defense, the punt was great, but the defense pretty damn good too. First down, huge touchdown. You get the stop, you win the game. Oh my God, 3 plays. 3-play touchdown, 4th and 5, you can't. I mean, you just gave up a 3-play touchdown drive. There's no way you can punt this. The defense just absolutely got dogged on. There's no way you can trust that. That's a late throw, but it's a good one. Whoo, it's a good one. Rodgers having a hell of a game, too. I mean, look at the plays they gave us. They're at the 39-yard line. They're like, run, run, run. Oh! It's the touchdown, though. See what run, run, run. Yeah, well, guess what? It worked out, buddy boy. What actually happened? No. I got to see what happened here. I have to see what happened. 39-yard touchdown on the ground. Okay, well, I just got shut up quickly, didn't I? Aaron Rodgers technically, apparently outplayed. I guess it's just lesser deep shots, so they're like, well, even though he's more efficient, it doesn't count because he didn't really have the deep plays. Basically, the overtime drive for C.J. Stroud did it. But Caleb Johnson, what a game from him. I mean, that's consistency right there, baby. Tank Dell, 2 touchdowns, 152 yards. Pat Freiermuth, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns. What else do we have? 3 sacks for Highsmith. What a game there. I mean, you never know, dude. It's crazy how much playbooks matter. It really is. It's insane. Like, when we do that YouTube short, like, the Steelers really didn't even sniff the Super Bowl, but here we are at the championship round. But it is the Browns. I mean, we beat the Browns to finish the season to get to the playoffs, so I don't want to, jinx it or anything, but there's a chance at least. Did the Browns get the bye week? They didn't. They beat the Bills badly. They beat the Jets badly. Packers, Cowboys on the other side. If the Packers win and we win, I mean, this is a Super Bowl rematch between, the two franchises, and especially with Rodgers being here now. I mean, that'd be a crazy matchup. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, the Steelers aren't too far off, so it doesn't absolutely shock me to see us, competing here, especially with the Packers scheme. So it's just, Rodgers being a little bit lower and overall, it kind of maybe surprised you a little bit. 7-point lead. I mean, these haven't been, blowout wins, but they have been wins by a little bit, just enough. But here is a kind of blowout win. 28-10 against the division rival Browns, and we're headed to the Super Bowl in year 2. Oh, my. I am genuinely surprised. I mean, I just talked about, I'm not shocked, but I am surprised. Shocked is the Titans last year win a Super Bowl. Surprised is, I think maybe we're a winner two in the playoff game, run. Well, yeah, that's not bad. Get into the championship round, that's pretty good. But making a Super Bowl, yeah, that's a little surprising. Not impossible. Not crazy shocking, but it is surprising. Really trying to, make... Oh, and then, of course, the Cowboys win. Of course, it could have been the perfect matchup. No way, dude. We actually got screwed out of that match. What is this? Let's take a look at how it happened. Packers lose by 8. You don't got Rodgers there. Packers win by 4 there. A couple of NFC East opponents here. But let's go for it. For all the marbles, can this team win it? Just line up. Let's see what we got. No dev up for Rodgers in 77 overall, but he 82 with that morale. But obviously, Fry, what a performance he had. Obviously, one of the greatest rookie performances of all time. Got a couple of XP boosts and dev ups, and just, the guy is amazing. I don't think any of this really matters, but I guess just some random abilities. Why not? And then defensively, did we go up and dev anywhere else? No, we didn't. Not even Caleb, unfortunately. Defensively, I don't think so. No, Darius Slay, he's an X Factor. All right, fair enough. We gave him 10 mil on his deal, so fair enough there. No other dev ups, which kind of sucks. So hoping one of the D-line IDLs would have went up, but they didn't. Here it is, though, for all the marbles. George Pickens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going to the end of the game. Cowboys instantly score. We do score a touchdown back, though. We get a stop. Oh, man, come on, offense. Huge drive. They don't get the field goal. Huge field goal, but it's tied up at 17 all. Oh, no. 24 all. Oh, my God, this is not good. They get the stop, but it's a field goal. 4 minutes left. Touchdown arguably wins it with this little bit of time left. Did they just throw a pick? No, they got the first down. In a 4th and 11, you got to kick a field goal. Damn, dude, we could have won the game. We got another overtime game, dude. Huge touchdown. Cowboys is not looking good. 3rd and inches. I think you go for 2 if you get this. You got to, right? They're saying not to. What the hell do you run if you do? You got any, recent plays? This is from, I think that's from Chupacabra's franchise, actually. I really don't... Oh, that was... Mesh is a really busted play. But from the 2, I'm not sure. The run looks good, too. But I'm not going to. I'm going to throw it. Frymouth, please. What a catch! The Steelers have won the Super Bowl! I really thought that guy was going to jump that. These sliders, man. I don't know how we ever win in Chupacabra's franchise. Brother just jumped it. But Freiermuth, I really can't believe that. Especially with the possession, I thought he was going to get a swat on it. And the Steelers have won 35-34. I guess the Jalen Ramsey, this really was, the focus was still Rodgers, which it's going to be no matter what. But the Jalen Ramsey trade, I guess, played a big factor. Wow. What a performance. I once again, the Packers scheme, the scheme change absolutely played 90% of the factor, but Rodgers and company still won a Super Bowl, and that's all that matters. I don't really care, what scheme you're running, because it's not guaranteed, right? The Chiefs still have the Chiefs scheme, the Packers still have the Packers scheme, the Cowboys still have the Cowboys scheme, and so on and so forth, and they have those rosters, so it's still far from guaranteed. I am still very surprised this happened. Not shocked, but surprised. Very surprised, and honestly, quick rebuild for the day? I didn't plan on doing this rebuild anyways. We'll probably have a Dolphins rebuild soon enough of the other side of this thing. Rodgers, what a performance, though. Obviously, Dak played better, but still, what a performance for Rodgers at his age doing that thing. Would have been, equal-ish if the two, Steelers rushing touchdowns would have went to the passing game. Jalen Tolbert, what a performance there. But, yeah, I'll show you guys that we didn't do any saving or anything like that. That's kind of the way you would get around restarting if you made a mistake while being able to see that, oh, you only played one game. I'll show you guys that we didn't save at all since, I actually might have forgot to save over in general. It's probably going to say I haven't saved in a week. But we'll show you. I don't think you guys even care. But either way, it's just a little, and not unbelievable, but it is so surprising. It is kind of one that, okay, let's just show it. Why not? As you can see, yeah, I forgot to even save at all the off-season one. Been working on a Browns tenure. I started it for like a season, and that's it. But yeah, this is the file itself. So that we have no saves for 2 days, actually, mind you. But yeah, let's go back into it before we accidentally delete it or something. Unbelievable. I mean, I suppose let's take. I'm just gonna make it a 2-year rebuild. It's gonna be a quick one. It's not gonna be a long video, which kind of maybe spoils it for anyone before watching it. But you know what? You know, when the whole YouTube game is getting the videos up as quick as possible, when we get thrown a layup, I'm gonna alley-oop that thing. You know, they toss it up there. I'm gonna dunk that. Why not? EA wants to give it to us. I'll take it. Of course, again, the Packers scheme does make it a lot easier. But what is that? 86 overall? Math is hard, dude. 87 overall after 1 year, which again he would be. Show me, like, look at all the wide receivers like Malik Neighbors and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, how quick they went up in overall. And look at their seasons, not even close. None of them even came close to 22 touchdowns. Not even remotely close. So obviously it makes sense that he is the overall that he is. Roman Wilson, still pretty good. I want to see if Rodgers does retire, but I'm not going to sim just yet because I already looked at Fry. I do want to look at his career stats, see what he kind of updated to, maybe his legacy score as well while we're at it, as he obviously added another Super Bowl to the career. Almost got an upgrade here in overall, but I mean, he's still pretty damn good. Ratings are still decent. We'll take a look at the O-lineman too, because you got some guys in here that you're probably pretty interested to see for real life. Fautanu, especially. And then obviously Frazier, who had a pretty damn good rookie year. Very impressed. Again, not shocked, but surprised. Surprised for sure. Let's take a look at Freiermuth. 87 overall. Not bad. Not bad at all. Then we look at the defensive side of the ball, where we have TJ Watt and Highsmith looking very good. I went straight to them because they flashed off the page. I mean, I don't think they flashed me, but they're definitely easy to spot. 2 X Factor edge rushers, which I mean, gotta be honest with you, Highsmith was very, very mid. Finesse, block shed, okay. I mean, this is more of like a following the career. Probably could have done this as a YouTube short, but meh. I've already done a Steelers short. We're not going to do another one. I mean, maybe we do. Maybe we actually turn the beating. Oh, we should actually take a look at the stat line of George Pickens. I didn't see him, so he probably didn't play much of a factor, but definitely interested to see that for sure. Peyton Wilson, lower overall than I would have thought. I know he's 24, whatever, starting, but still would have thought he'd been a little higher than that. Let's take a look at the free safety, Mr. Knox. Glenn Knox, 82 overall, 86 zone. Looking decent. Let's take a look at the strong safety now, Elliott, who it's always hit or miss. You're either going to get a guy that's stuck at 83, or you're going to get a guy that goes to 86, 87 before it's all over. So we got the better of the two, it seems. Taking a look at the D-line, Mr. Benton. Thankfully, Hayward didn't retire. There's a lot of times where Hayward, straight up retires. If he did, I don't imagine we're winning a Super Bowl here. I mean, every single game was close. Like, they were close games. I mean, I guess the Browns one wasn't, but they were all close games. Harmon already, 90 power move. Okay, maybe Speed Rusher isn't the only way to get things done, but obviously it is the best way to get, things done, in my opinion. Hayward, even though he's regressing, I'm still curious to see what the ratings are. Very good block shed, solid power move, super strong, smart player. As far as the corners go, Jalen Ramsey is in 96, so he kind of sticks to it. 97 man, 93 zone, 98 press. I mean, he's insane. For Madden-wise, obviously a massive addition. And then we have Porter on the other side, 86 overall superstar. I think, most of the other Steelers rebuilds we've done, he doesn't get to superstar because that slot corner role is the best way to get dev-ups for corners. And obviously, when you don't have Ramsey, he is your number 2. So, or number 1 even, most of the time. Slay is still really, really good. We looked at pretty much everyone here, though, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that's going to be it. I mean, a little bit of a shorter rebuild, one of the shortest rebuilds we've had probably in the channel ever, but big blockbuster trade, huge success with a quarterback that retires within the first, 2 years almost every time. It's not bad. That's not what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at the stats. I wanted to see Rodgers' legacy. I wanted to see his actual career stat line as well. And we should be able to do that here, as he has 532 touchdowns, 135 picks, 66,000 yards, 65% completion percentage, a career pass rating of 102.9, which is wild. Average yards per attempt, 7.7. Longest, 93. Sacked almost 600 times. He probably already has that many amount of sacks in real life, just with the Jets last year. Aaron Rodgers, 4,000 yards rushing, 37 touchdowns. And I suppose we'll take a look at his awards real quick. The last one we didn't really work out for us, so kind of hyped to see this one. Pro Bowls 10, MVPs 4. That's it. Very, very straightforward and easy. Like your mother. Rodgers, the number one active guy, legacy score-wise, but then you look at Mahomes and it's like, the guy's like 10 years younger. Well, 13 years younger. He's still got a lot of football left to play. I still think, it might be a hot take, you technically have to put guys like Rodgers and Breeze over Mahomes, because yes, he has the Super Bowls, and that's the ultimate goal. I get it. I don't really want to go fully into it, because it's like, okay, well, do you think Marino's not top 34? Do you think Bradshaw's top 5? Do you think Eli's better than the majority of the quarterbacks in NFL history? Okay, we're going down that rabbit hole. I think Mahomes needs to just play even like 4 more years with the stats he's having to be better. But Super Bowls are a team effort. Not that this really matters. I don't know why I'm even bringing this all up, but it's a team effort. I think Mahomes just plays a little bit longer. But yeah, as far as like eye test goes, and with the Super Bowl wins, I mean it's hard not to say he's already better, but it's also kind of like, well, if forbid he were to have a career-ending injury next season, is he better individually than those other quarterbacks? Probably not. But you assume that's not going to happen. You assume he's going to play at least 5 more years minimum, and he'll be comparable stats with, I mean, who knows? Maybe another 2 Super Bowl wins, which would be insane. But no hate. Whatever happens, happens. If he, ties Brady, beats Brady in Super Bowls, it'd be crazy. I don't want to see it personally, but, you kind of have to respect it a little bit, even though there's always, the refs and the cheating, the refs, oh no. Which I will say there's some sus things, but it is what it is. There's been sus things all throughout history for teams winning because people want to make them lose mentally. But not sure where all this is coming from. Regardless, if you guys enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel Pkr Plays for non-Madden content. Assuming I'm going to upload this same day, I guess Oblivion probably comes out later today. I was planning maybe this is a Tuesday upload, but no, I guess we're going to upload this today. This is a short enough rebuild where the render shouldn't take too long with my old dinosaur PC. Of course, let me know what team you would like to see next. There might still be a Browns 10-year rebuild tomorrow, or we might do a Dolphins rebuild. I think it might just be Dolphins. We'll see. And then Chupacabra's likely Wednesday. At the latest Thursday, but likely Wednesday. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya. And again, as always, shout out to the members of the channel. Truly do appreciate you guys a ton. We're almost to 50 members, and it's just a tiny milestone that we'll probably never hit 100, but it's always something. So if you're thinking about becoming a member, maybe click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. And member or not, appreciate y'all for watching, and